Have you ever had the strange feeling that reality isn't as solid as it seems? That beneath the surface of the ordinary world, something far more mysterious is at play? What if I told you that everything you experience, every moment, every emotion, every thought is not just happening to you, but is actually being shaped by you in ways most people never realize? There's a hidden structure to reality, an unseen force that governs every aspect of your life. Some call it the quantum field, others call it divine consciousness. But one thing is certain: the reality you think you know is just a fraction of a much greater truth. And once you understand how this hidden system works, your entire perception of existence will change forever. So let me ask you this: are you truly awake? Or have you been unknowingly operating within an illusion? Most of us are conditioned to believe in a world of rigid rules, cause and effect, time moving in one direction, and reality existing independently of our thoughts. We wake up, go about our daily routines, and interact with the physical world as though it were an undeniable, external truth. But ancient wisdom, quantum physics, and modern spiritual insights all suggest something different. Reality is not as fixed as you think. Think about it: why do certain people seem to attract endless opportunities, while others remain stuck in cycles of struggle? Why do some individuals manifest love, wealth, and success effortlessly, while others fight against invisible barriers? The answer lies in the hidden nature of reality itself. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, sends ripples through an unseen field of energy, subtly influencing your experiences. You are constantly shaping your own reality, whether you realize it or not. But here's the problem: most people are doing it unconsciously. They are trapped in a cycle, unknowingly reinforcing their own limitations without ever questioning the deeper mechanics of existence. Have you ever had a moment where time seemed to slow down? Or where everything aligned so perfectly that it felt like fate was guiding you? Maybe you thought of an old friend, only to receive a message from them moments later. Or perhaps you walked into a room and instantly felt a certain energy, like an unspoken force shaping your emotions, before anyone even said a word. These experiences aren't just coincidences. They are glimpses into the deeper structure of reality, subtle reminders that your consciousness is playing a much bigger role than you've been led to believe. But here's where it gets even more fascinating: is these small moments can happen randomly. What would happen if you could learn to harness this power intentionally? What if you could tap into the hidden fabric of existence and begin shaping reality on your own terms? The truth is, most people remain unaware of this potential because they are stuck in a lower frequency of awareness, what we call the third dimension, a realm where fear, separation, and struggle feel unavoidable. But reality does not have to be this way. Right now, you are standing at the edge of a profound truth. The physical world is only the tip of the iceberg. Beneath it lies a vast, interconnected field of energy, where thoughts, emotions, and intentions create ripples that shape what we perceive as real. This understanding is nothing new. Ancient spiritual traditions, from the mystics of the East to the shamans of the Americas, have always spoken of a hidden reality beyond our senses. Now, modern science is beginning to catch up, revealing that everything down to the smallest subatomic particle vibrating energy. The world you experience is not a fixed structure, but a malleable projection of consciousness. And here's the secret: when you begin to shift the way you think, feel, and perceive, reality itself begins to change. This is not just philosophy, it is a fundamental law of existence. The question is, are you willing to step beyond the illusion and see what lies beneath? If reality is not as rigid as it seems, and if consciousness plays a role in shaping our experiences, then why do so many people still feel trapped in struggle and limitation? Why do most never experience the effortless manifestation that ancient sages and modern visionaries speak of? The answer lies in the prison of the third dimension, a realm where we have been conditioned to believe in scarcity, fear, and separation. A world governed by linear thinking, where we chase after success, instead of realizing that success is something we attract. But here's where things get interesting. There is a way out, a path that leads beyond struggle and into flow, a bridge between the world of limitations and the realm of effortless creation. The next step is understanding what's holding you back, the unseen chains of the third dimension, and how to break free from them. But to do that, we first need to expose the illusions that have kept you trapped in a lower state of awareness. Are you ready to see the truth? Then let's step deeper into the mystery. What if I told you that most of what you believe about reality is an illusion? That the struggles, limitations, and obstacles you face every day are not as real as they seem. Imagine for a moment that the world you experience is not an absolute truth, but a carefully designed illusion, one that keeps you locked in cycles of fear, scarcity, and struggle. This illusion is what we call the third dimension, a reality of separation, linear thinking, and limitation. And most people live their entire lives unaware that they are trapped in this construct. But here's the truth: you were never meant to be confined by this system. The question is, are you ready to break free? The third dimension is the realm of physical existence, where everything appears solid, predictable, and governed by external forces. It's a world where we are taught that success comes through struggle, that time is linear, and that we must compete for survival. But beneath this rigid structure lies a hidden truth. The third dimension is not the ultimate reality, it is merely a stage in consciousness. Those who remain fully immersed in it experience life through the lens of limitation. They see the world in terms of cause and effect, where everything takes effort and where fear dominates decisions. From the moment we are born, we are conditioned to accept this as the only way of being. We are programmed to believe in scarcity, that there is never enough money, time, or opportunities. We are trained to seek external validation, measuring our worth through achievements, possessions, and social approval. But all of this is an illusion designed to keep you asleep. So, what happens when you begin to wake up? Have you ever felt like something in life just doesn't add up? Like you're going through the motions, doing everything you were told would bring happiness and success, but something still feels missing. Maybe you've worked hard, followed the rules, and yet find yourself stuck in the same cycles: financial struggles, unfulfilling relationships, or an endless search for meaning. Or perhaps you've noticed moments of clarity, where reality seems to shift, where you experience coincidences too perfect to be random, where time feels different, or where you sense an unseen force at play. These are signs that your awareness is expanding beyond the third dimension. The truth is, many people feel trapped because they are unknowingly reinforcing their own limitations. They feed the illusion by believing in struggle, identifying with fear, and accepting that life is supposed to be hard. But what if the rules of this reality were never meant to control you? What if you have always had the power to step beyond them? The third dimension thrives on fear-based programming. It keeps people in survival mode, constantly worrying about the future, regretting the past, and feeling powerless in the present. This is no accident. This system was designed to keep you distracted, chasing goals that never truly satisfy your soul. One of the greatest illusions of the third dimension is linear thinking, the idea that life moves in a straight line, that success takes years of effort, and that you are separate from the forces of creation. But in reality, time is not linear, and manifestation does not require struggle. The moment you recognize this, the illusion begins to break. Another illusion is separation. In the third dimension, we are conditioned to believe that we are isolated individuals, disconnected from each other and from the universe itself. This belief fuels competition, judgment, and division, but in truth, everything is connected. The moment you understand this, you shift from limitation to infinite possibility. The final illusion is external control. We are taught that governments, institutions, and external authorities dictate the rules of reality. But the deeper truth is that reality is created from within. The moment you reclaim your own power of perception, you begin to break free from the invisible prison of the third dimension. So, if the third dimension is built on illusion, then how do you escape it? How do you shift from a life of struggle into a life of effortless flow and creation? The answer lies in expanding your awareness beyond this limited state of existence. The next level of reality is already within reach, waiting for those who are ready to awaken. But before you can enter this new realm, you must first cross the bridge, the fourth dimension, a place where thoughts become more powerful, where time begins to bend, and where reality responds more quickly to your emotions and beliefs. But here's the catch: even in the fourth dimension, duality still exists. There is still struggle between light and dark, success and failure, control and surrender. So the real question is, how do you move beyond this transitional space and enter the realm of pure manifestation, the fifth dimension? If you're ready to take that next step, then let's explore the bridge between limitation and freedom. What if I told you that the reality you experience is not as rigid as you think? That beyond the struggles of the third dimension, there exists a gateway, one that allows you to reshape the world around you, bend time, and manifest your desires with greater ease. This gateway is the fourth dimension, a transitional space between limitation and freedom, where your thoughts begin to hold more power, and reality responds more directly to your emotions and beliefs. But here's the challenge: even in this expanded reality, duality still exists. There is still light and dark, success and failure, control and surrender. To truly break free, you must understand the mechanics of this dimension and master its energy. Are you ready to step into the bridge between struggle and creation? The fourth dimension is unlike the dense, physical third dimension. It is not just a place, but a state of consciousness, a level of awareness where reality begins to reflect your inner world with greater speed and intensity. In this realm, time is more fluid. You may notice that synchronicities become more frequent, that thoughts and emotions shape your experiences faster than before. You might even feel moments where reality seems to glitch, if time is bending or events are aligning too perfectly to be mere coincidence. This is because, in the fourth dimension, your mind begins to influence reality in real time. Your thoughts are no longer passive, they are active forces that generate outcomes. However, this is also where many people get stuck. They realize their thoughts have power, but they still operate within duality, trapped between old fears and newfound potential. Have you ever had a moment where something you intensely focused on suddenly appeared in your life? Maybe you were thinking about a song and it started playing. Or you had a strong emotion and soon after, your external world mirrored that feeling through events or interactions. This is the fourth dimension at work. It is the space where thoughts begin to materialize more rapidly. However, many people struggle here because they are still tied to old emotional patterns, fear, doubt, and uncertainty. These emotions carry weight, and in this state, they manifest as quickly as positive intentions. This is why awareness is key. The fourth dimension teaches you that reality is not happening to you, it is responding to you. The more conscious you become of your thoughts, emotions, and energy, the more you can directly shape your experience. But here's the paradox: even though you have more power in this state, you are still bound by duality. The battle between light and dark, success and failure, effort and surrender still exists. To truly step into the realm of effortless creation, you must move beyond this conflict. The fourth dimension is the bridge between limitation and transcendence. It is where you start realizing that your consciousness is the architect of your reality. But there's a catch: this is also the dimension of inner confrontation. Many people reach this level and experience an awakening. They understand that their mind has power, that their emotions affect their reality, and that manifestation is possible. But at the same time, they are still tethered to their past conditioning. Fear still creeps in, doubt still whispers. Old cycles of self-sabotage try to pull them back. This is why emotional mastery is critical at this stage. In the third dimension, people believe in external struggle. In the fourth dimension, they realize the real battle is internal. Every fear, every limiting belief, every subconscious wound reflects itself outwardly in some form. The key to mastering this dimension is awareness and alignment. The more aligned you become with higher vibrational emotions, love, gratitude, clarity, the more fluid and harmonious your experience becomes. The more you cling to lower vibrations, fear, anxiety, resentment, the more turbulence you will face. So, the question is, how do you move beyond duality and into the realm of true manifestation? The fourth dimension is a crucial step, but it is not the final destination. It is a space where reality responds more directly to your thoughts and emotions, but you are still navigating contrast, success and failure, alignment and resistance, creation and destruction. To truly unlock instant manifestation, you must take one final leap. You must enter the fifth dimension, a realm where duality dissolves, where reality bends effortlessly to your energy, and where creation happens not through effort, but through alignment. The heart's electromagnetic field is thousands of times stronger than the brain's, making it the true gateway to the higher dimensions. It is not the mind that manifests, it is the heart, and those who learn to activate this energy step into a life where desires flow effortlessly, synchronicities become constant, and reality reshapes itself to match your vibration. So, how do you unlock the power of the heart? How do you access the limitless potential of the fifth dimension? If you're ready to leave struggle behind and step into effortless creation, let's dive into the next level of reality. What if there was a place where everything you desired came effortlessly? A state where manifestation is not about struggle, but about alignment. Imagine living in a reality where thoughts and emotions instantly shape your world, where you no longer have to fight for success, love, or abundance, because these things naturally flow to you. This is not fantasy. This is the fifth dimension, a realm of pure creation, where reality no longer operates by the rules of effort and resistance. It is a state of consciousness where duality dissolves, time bends, and energy flows in harmony with intention. But here's the secret: the fifth dimension is not a distant place. It is a shift in perception, a reality that is available to you right now. The question is, are you ready to step into it? Unlike the third dimension, where struggle and limitation dominate, and unlike the fourth dimension, where awareness expands, but duality still exists, the fifth dimension is a realm of pure flow. In this state, you no longer chase after success, you attract it. You don't force relationships to work, they align naturally. You don't desperately seek solutions, clarity comes effortlessly. Why? Because in the fifth dimension, you operate beyond resistance. Here, the illusion of separation disappears. You begin to understand that everything, your thoughts, emotions, and energy is deeply interconnected with the fabric of the universe. The external world no longer controls you. Instead, you become the conscious architect of your reality. This is the space where instant manifestation becomes possible. But to enter this reality, you must first understand the key that unlocks it: your vibrational frequency. Have you ever had moments where life seemed almost magical, where things just clicked effortlessly? Maybe you thought about someone, and they suddenly called. Or perhaps an opportunity appeared at the perfect moment, without you actively chasing it. These moments are glimpses of the fifth dimension. They happen when your energy is fully aligned, when your thoughts, emotions, and intentions resonate at a high frequency. But most people only experience these moments sporadically, unaware that they can make this their default state of being. What if you could live like this every day? Imagine waking up each morning knowing that everything you need will flow to you naturally. No struggle, no doubt, just effortless creation. This is what awaits you when you step beyond fear, beyond limitation, and fully embody the energy of the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension operates by one fundamental law: energy attracts like energy. Unlike lower dimensions, where external circumstances seem to dictate your reality, in the fifth dimension, your internal state creates your external world instantly. This is why people who exist in fear, doubt, or scarcity continue to attract more of the same. But those who operate from love, gratitude, and abundance experience limitless possibilities. In this state, time is not linear. Cause and effect are no longer separate. Instead, intention and reality become one. Science is beginning to understand this. The heart's electromagnetic field is thousands of times stronger than that of the brain. This means that your heart, not your logical mind, is the most powerful force in shaping your reality. Those who master the heart-brain connection can manifest effortlessly because their energy is in perfect harmony with the quantum field. This is why manifestation techniques that rely solely on thought often fail. You cannot think your way into the fifth dimension, you must feel your way into it. The universe responds not to words, but to vibrational frequency. So, if the fifth dimension is a state of effortless creation, how do you fully enter it? How do you align your vibration so that reality reshapes itself to match your desires? The answer lies in activating the power of your heart. The heart is the bridge between dimensions, the key to higher consciousness, and the most powerful tool for manifestation. When your heart is in a state of coherence, when love, gratitude, and joy become your dominant emotions, you naturally step into the flow of the fifth dimension. But here's the challenge: most people are conditioned to operate from the mind, relying on logic, control, and force. To truly step into this higher reality, you must learn to let go, trust, and tune into the power of emotional energy. So, how do you awaken the heart's full potential? How do you shift from thinking to feeling, from effort to flow, from limitation to absolute creation? If you're ready to unlock the true secret to manifestation, let's explore the next step: activating your manifestation power. The heart as the key. What if the key to unlimited manifestation wasn't in your mind, but in your heart? What if the true secret to shaping reality wasn't about thinking harder or visualizing more, but about shifting your emotional energy? The fifth dimension is a realm where manifestation happens effortlessly, not through force, but through alignment. And the most powerful tool for aligning with this reality is not logic or willpower, but the heart. Science now confirms what ancient mystics have always known: the heart's electromagnetic field is thousands of times stronger than the brain's. It is the true gateway to the quantum field, the force that determines what you attract and how quickly your desires materialize. So, the question is, are you ready to unlock the real power of manifestation? Most people believe that manifestation is a mental process, that if you think about something long enough, it will appear. But have you ever noticed that simply thinking about what you want often isn't enough? That even when you visualize something, doubts, fears, or impatience can block it from arriving? This is because the mind is not the true creator, the heart is. Your thoughts set the intention, but it's your emotional energy that sends out the frequency that attracts experiences into your reality. The universe doesn't respond to what you say you want, it responds to how you feel about it. This is why people who are deeply grateful, joyful, and open often attract opportunities effortlessly, while those who are anxious, fearful, or desperate seem to push things away. Your heart is the amplifier of your reality. The more coherent and elevated your heart's frequency, the faster and more effortlessly you manifest. So, how do you activate this power and make it work for you? Think back to a time when something amazing happened to you unexpectedly. Maybe you received good news out of nowhere, met the right person at the perfect time, or had an opportunity fall into your lap without effort. Now, think about how you felt right before that happened. Were you feeling happy, peaceful, open? Chances are you were in a state of emotional alignment, not overthinking, not doubting, just feeling good and trusting the flow of life. This is the secret. Manifestation doesn't happen when you are stressed, fearful, or trying too hard. It happens when you are in a state of emotional coherence. This is why practices like gratitude, joy, and love are not just feel-good emotions, they are manifestation tools. The stronger the emotional charge you create in your heart, the faster the universe reflects it back to you. But here's the challenge: most people are trapped in old emotional patterns that block their ability to receive. So, how do you reprogram your emotional energy to align with the fifth dimension? The heart operates as a portal to higher consciousness, and when activated correctly, it allows you to step into a state where reality flows effortlessly. But in order to do this, you must create heart-brain coherence, a state where your mind and heart are vibrating in complete harmony. Here's how you can activate your manifestation power through the heart gratitude amplification every morning. Spend at least 5 minutes fully immersing yourself in gratitude. Not just listing things, but truly feeling the emotion. Gratitude is the highest frequency state for attracting abundance. Heart-centered visualization: instead of just imagining what you want, feel as if it is already yours. The key is to generate heartfelt emotions around your vision: excitement, love, fulfillment. Your heart's electromagnetic field will send out this vibration and magnetize your desires. Breath work for energy flow: deep, conscious breathing into the heart space shifts your state instantly. Techniques like coherent breathing, inhaling for 5 seconds, exhaling for 5 seconds, synchronize your nervous system and elevate your energy. Letting go of resistance: many people unknowingly block their manifestations because of attachment and doubt. Learn to trust. When you truly believe something is on its way, your heart remains open, allowing energy to flow freely. Embodying love and joy: the fifth dimension is a state of pure harmony. The more love and joy you embody daily, the more effortlessly you attract experiences that match that frequency. These are not just abstract ideas. Scientific studies on heart-brain coherence show that when you enter this state, your entire biological system shifts, creating the perfect conditions for reality to shape itself around your desires. Now you know your heart is the true key to manifestation. Not the mind, not willpower, not struggle. It is your ability to enter a state of love, joy, and gratitude that aligns you with the flow of the universe. But here's where most people go wrong: they treat manifestation as a one-time practice instead of a way of being. The real secret is consistency: learning to hold this frequency day after day until it becomes your natural state. So, how do you take this knowledge and apply it practically? How do you shift from knowing about the fifth dimension to actually living in it? If you're ready to integrate this into your daily life and experience effortless creation as a way of being, then let's move to the final step, the practical guide: how to enter the fifth dimension. You now know that the fifth dimension is not a place, it is a state of being. A realm where manifestation is effortless, where time bends, and where you no longer struggle against reality, but flow with it. But knowing about it is not enough. The question is, how do you actually enter this dimension and stay there? Most people shift in and out of the fifth dimension without realizing it. They experience moments of synchronicity, joy, and effortless creation, only to fall back into old patterns of doubt, fear, and resistance. The key is learning how to stabilize this frequency so that it becomes your default state. Today, we are going beyond theory. This is your practical guide to fully stepping into the fifth dimension and making it your new reality. The fifth dimension is not about escaping the physical world. It is about seeing beyond the illusion of struggle and learning to operate from a higher frequency. Unlike the third dimension, where life is driven by effort, scarcity, and fear, and the fourth dimension, where awareness grows, but duality still exists, the fifth dimension is about effortless alignment. This means that instead of chasing goals with force, you begin to attract them naturally. Instead of controlling every detail of your life, you trust and allow. Instead of reacting to external events, you become the creator of your experience. But making this shift is not just about thinking differently, it is about embodying a new way of being. Think about the times when everything just seemed to fall into place for you. Maybe you met the right person at the perfect time, received an unexpected opportunity, or felt completely at peace while life unfolded effortlessly. Now, contrast that with the times you struggled when things felt forced, when no matter how hard you tried, nothing worked out. What was different? It wasn't luck. It wasn't coincidence. It was your energy. When you were in a state of flow, gratitude, and trust, reality responded instantly. When you were in fear, doubt, or stress, reality resisted. The truth is, you have already touched the fifth dimension. The key is learning how to stay there. Here's how you can fully transition into the fifth dimension and maintain this higher state of being. Shift from thinking to feeling. The mind is tied to the lower dimensions. The heart is the key to higher consciousness. Instead of overanalyzing, focus on how your body and emotions feel. Practice heart coherence by feeling deep gratitude, love, and joy daily. Let go of control and trust the flow. In the third dimension, you try to force results. In the fifth dimension, you allow them. Trust that what is meant for you will come effortlessly. Use affirmations like "I trust the universe's perfect timing." Reprogram your emotional frequency. Identify emotional patterns that pull you back: fear, doubt, impatience. Use breathwork, meditation, and movement to shift your energy instantly. When faced with resistance, choose a higher state: peace, love, gratitude. Align with your higher self. Your higher self already exists in the fifth dimension. Ask yourself, what would the highest version of me do right now? Make daily decisions that reflect the most aligned version of yourself. Live as if your desires have already manifested. The fifth dimension operates on frequency matching. Embody the emotions of already having what you desire. The universe does not respond to words, it responds to energy. Detach from external chaos. The world around you may still operate in fear and struggle. Don't get pulled back in. Focus on your inner state, not on the external world. Surround yourself with people and environments that uplift your energy. These practices are not just temporary exercises, they are a new way of existing. The more consistently you apply them, the faster you shift into a reality where life unfolds with ease. You now have the tools to enter and stabilize the fifth dimension. But here's the final secret: the more you live in this state, the more everything transforms. Your relationships become effortless. Abundance flows without resistance. Your body feels lighter, healthier, and more energized. Life becomes a dance, not a struggle. But the journey does not end here. Once you master living in the fifth dimension, the question becomes, what will you create? Now that you know how to access this infinite potential, it's time to look at the bigger picture, how life unfolds when you fully embody the fifth dimension. Are you ready to see what happens when effortless creation becomes your new reality? Then let's move forward to our final step: living in the fifth dimension, a life of effortless creation. What if every day felt like a dream? A life where opportunities flowed to you effortlessly, where synchronicities became a normal occurrence, and where you no longer had to struggle for success, love, or abundance. This is not a fantasy. This is the reality of living in the fifth dimension, a state of consciousness where creation happens naturally, without force, doubt, or resistance. You've learned how to enter this dimension. Now, the real question is, how do you stay there and make effortless creation your new way of life? Living in the fifth dimension is not about escaping the physical world, it's about experiencing life from a higher perspective. In the third dimension, people rely on effort and struggle to create results. In the fourth dimension, they begin to see how their thoughts and emotions shape reality. But in the fifth dimension, manifestation is instantaneous. You are no longer reacting to life, you are consciously shaping it. This means that instead of worrying about the future, you trust the flow of the present moment. Instead of pushing against obstacles, you allow the right path to unfold naturally. Instead of struggling to fix your life, you align your energy so that everything falls into place effortlessly. But to fully live in this state, you must let go of old patterns and embrace a new way of being. Have you ever noticed that when you feel completely at peace, things just seem to work out? Maybe you were relaxed, feeling grateful, and suddenly an opportunity appeared. Maybe you let go of the need to control something, and the perfect solution found its way to you. These are signs that you are aligned with the fifth dimension. When you are in this state, life doesn't feel like a struggle, it feels like a dance between you and the universe. Now, imagine if you could live this way all the time. No more fear, no more resistance, just pure flow and creation. This is not just possible, it is your natural state. But to fully integrate this reality, you must consciously choose to stay in this frequency. Here's how you can fully embody the fifth dimension and make effortless creation your new reality. Master the art of presence. The fifth dimension only exists in the now. Release attachment to the past and future. Develop a daily practice of mindfulness, gratitude, or deep breathing. Align your emotions with your desires. In the fifth dimension, your emotions create instantly. Stay in high vibrational states like love, joy, and appreciation. If negative emotions arise, don't resist, observe, release, and shift. Trust the universe completely. The more you trust, the faster manifestations occur. Instead of asking, "How will this happen?" affirm, "Everything is always working out for me." Detach from control and let life unfold effortlessly. Stop chasing and start receiving. In the lower dimensions, people chase outcomes. In the fifth dimension, you attract by becoming the energy of what you desire. Act as if your dreams are already real, because in this state, they are. Surround yourself with high-frequency environments. The energy around you affects your vibration. Spend time in nature, listen to uplifting music, and surround yourself with like-minded souls. If something lowers your frequency, step back and realign. Embody the frequency of gratitude. Gratitude is the fastest path to the fifth dimension. Practice gratitude daily, not just in words, but in feeling. The more gratitude you embody, the more abundance flows effortlessly. These steps are not just habits, they are a new way of living. Now, you understand what it means to live in the fifth dimension. You know how to maintain this state, how to allow life to flow, and how to step into your full power as a creator of reality. But now comes the most important question of all: what will you create? With no limits, no struggle, and no resistance, what kind of life do you truly desire? What dreams have you been holding back, waiting for the right time to pursue? What if you stopped waiting and started living in this power now? The fifth dimension is already within you. Now, it's time to embrace it fully. If this message resonated with you, share your experience in the comments below. Have you ever had moments where life felt completely effortless? Let's build a community of conscious creators. And if you want to continue unlocking the mysteries of reality, subscribe and join us on this journey into higher consciousness. Your future is not ahead of you, it's already here. Are you ready to step into it?